There once lived a humble farmer named Rahim in a quiet little village surrounded by golden fields and green hills. Rahim's life was simple, but full of hard work and purpose. Every morning, long before sunrise, when the stars were still fading from the sky, he would wake up, stretch his tired arms, and walk miles down a rocky path to fetch water from a distant well. On his shoulders, he carried a wooden stick, and tied to each end of it were two clay pots. One was perfect, smooth, shiny, flawless. The other had a deep crack running down its side. And because of that crack, half the water would always leak out before Rahim even reached home. For years, Rahim made the same journey. Step after step, sweat on his forehead, dust on his feet. He never complained. But the pots? They had their own silent story. The perfect pot was proud. It often looked down upon the cracked one and said with a sneer, "Look at you. You can't even do a simple job right. Half your water is gone before we get home. You're just broken." The cracked pot stayed silent. It never replied. But inside, its heart ached. Those words cut deep. Every drop that leaked from its side felt like a tear of shame. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The perfect pot's pride grew stronger, and the cracked pot's confidence grew weaker. Until one morning, while Rahim was walking under the soft golden light of dawn, the cracked pot whispered in a trembling voice, "Master, I'm sorry." Rahim paused, surprised. "Sorry? For what, my little friend?" The pot spoke softly, its voice breaking. "I'm useless, master. I have a crack in me. Because of me, you lose half your water every single day. You work so hard, walk such a long way, but I waste your effort. You never scold me. You never throw me away, but I know I'm a burden. Please forgive me." Rahim listened quietly. Then he smiled. A calm, kind smile that carried years of wisdom. He said gently, "Tomorrow, my friend, I want to show you something. After that, you'll never feel useless again." The cracked pot didn't understand, but that one sentence lit a small flame of hope inside its heart. The next morning, Rahim lifted the same wooden stick, tied the two pots again, and began walking toward the well. The air was cool and crisp. Birds sang softly. The sun painted the sky in shades of orange and pink. As they walked back with the filled pots, Rahim said, "My dear friends, look carefully at the ground beside you. Look at both sides of this path." The pots looked down. The cracked pot gasped. All along its side of the path were beautiful flowers. Hundreds of them. Yellow, pink, red, dancing gently in the morning breeze. Their petals glistened with dew like pearls under sunlight. For the first time in years, the cracked pot forgot its sadness. It whispered in wonder, "Master, these flowers, they're so beautiful." The perfect pot looked too, but on its side, the earth was dry, rough, and lifeless. When they reached home, Rahim set both pots down carefully. The cracked pot looked at itself, half empty as always, and sighed, "Master, I saw the flowers, but still, I failed you. I'm still broken." Rahim smiled again. "No, my friend," he said softly. "You haven't failed me. In fact, you've been serving a purpose more beautiful than you could imagine." The cracked pot blinked, confused. Rahim continued, "Did you notice, my dear one, that all those flowers were only on your side of the path, not on the other side?" "Yes, master, only on my side," said the pot quietly. "That's because," Rahim said, eyes shining with love, "I've always known about your crack. From the very first day I used you, I saw it. And months ago, I planted flower seeds all along your side of the path." The cracked pot listened, its heart pounding. "Every day," Rahim said softly, "as we walked back from the well, the water leaking from your side watered those seeds. Drop by drop, you gave them life. You made that road beautiful. You gave joy to travelers and peace to tired souls. Because of you, this path blooms." Tears rolled down the cracked pot's side, but this time, they were tears of joy. It finally understood. Its flaw was not a curse, it was a gift. The perfect pot, standing nearby, felt something heavy inside its heart. Not pride, but guilt. It said quietly, "Master, I'm ashamed. All this time I mocked my friend. I thought being perfect made me better. But now I see. I was blind. Please forgive me." Rahim placed a gentle hand on both pots and said, "My dear friends, you both are perfect in your own way. You," he looked at the perfect pot, "bring clean water for my home. You are strength. And you," he looked at the cracked pot, "bring flowers to my path. You are beauty." Then Rahim smiled and said words that stayed with them forever. Nobody in this world is perfect. We all have cracks. We all leak a little. But through those cracks, sometimes, the most beautiful things grow. From that day onward, both pots walked the same road together, not as rivals, but as friends. One brought water to the home. The other brought flowers to the path. Both were loved. Both were needed. Both were perfect in their own way. And just like that, Rahim's simple journey to the well became a daily reminder that our flaws don't make us useless. They make us human. They make us real. And sometimes, they make us the reason the world becomes a little more beautiful. Blossom moral of the story. Every person you meet is fighting a silent battle. Some look perfect on the outside, but are empty inside. Some are cracked and flawed, but they give life to others without even realizing it. So never judge, and never be ashamed of your cracks, because your cracks may be watering someone else's flowers. Cherry blossom.